I often find myself trying to answer every single thing the opponent's doing, trying to react quickly, not have a sort of game plan on what I want to answer, selecting what I choose to answer. So, for example, if you have the opponent in the corner, he's mashing aerials, he's spot dodging, he's doing all these things, you don't really have to answer all that stuff. He's still in the corner at the end of the day. And you only really have to react in certain situations, like when you have to react. So if they jump over you to get center stage, if they roll past you, if they challenge you head on with an aerial this time, if they're not just spamming aerials in their corner, you don't have to go in there and sort of answer every single thing. But, oh, no, now he's spot dodging, now he's doing this, he's doing that. You have the choice of when you want to answer these things, and you don't have to answer every single thing either. So, like I was saying, if they're in the corner, really the only thing you have to answer is the thing that breaks the corner pressure. So yeah, the roll, the jump, the attack head on, those are the things you should be choosing or selecting to answer, rather than trying to outmaneuver every single thing that they're doing. So I've often found, because Wario has to sort of react to the opponent, play around their game plan, he can't force an approach, that I keep finding myself trying to be in two places at the same time, trying to react to every single thing, trying to do the exact right solution, when I don't have to place that burden on me to sort of be perfect in every single situation. I can choose when I think I have the advantage, when I think the timing's right. So, okay, let's just say I'm juggling Cloud, and Cloud's down air is kind of hard for Wario to up air. I mean, if I get there before he does the up air, because it's about 11 frames, I can sort of beat it first if I'm in the right position. But let's just say Cloud's done the down air and he's on the way down. He's moving so fast down, I've got to be like, come up and then perfectly time, maybe within 4-frame window, I need to time this up air. That's hard. That's a lot of burden to place on myself if I'm just trying to challenge these moves head on. Sort of maybe a better strategy, or a more consistent way to go about it, is be more flexible with how you want to answer these things. Like, let's go back to the Cloud down air. Maybe I could just come from the side. I could full hop, double jump, approach from the side and fair or back air or something. So I'm not challenging the dare head on, but I'm still winning. Or I could stay, jump up, maybe land again, and then dash, and then come back when he lands. So I punish his landing timing instead. Because breaking down the core of the thing, I don't have to answer Cloud down air specifically all the time. I get the choice of what I want to answer. Maybe I just want to answer the fact he's trying to land and reset neutral. So then I try answer the landing itself. Maybe I dash back in with a grab, or dash attack, or chomp, or up tilt, or something like that to punish the landing itself, rather than I'm trying to challenge something and having so much burden on myself to answer all these specific things in a specific solution. And when I started thinking about that last week's tournament, I actually found a lot of success. I was versing a Bayonetta player, and I was 0-15 versus Bayonettas. This is my 16th time versing a Bayonetta, sort of my bracket demon. And because I wasn't trying to answer ABK, I wasn't trying to force myself to answer every single thing, it let me just take a breather. I can choose when I want to answer these things. And I actually won. For the first time, I actually beat a Bayonetta. I beat my bracket demon, which is fucking sick. I've been waiting for that for a long time. And it just goes to show all these sort of things accumulated together and managed to get that dub, which I was quite happy with. So yeah, I'm quite interested to see how this concept goes, because I think it's really cool. Like, placing less burden on yourself, choosing when you want to answer certain things, knowing that you don't have to rush in, and you can sort of you can choose to preserve your own life, basically, your own stocks. So yeah, sure, if I get up throw up air, that's great on Luigi, but if I'm choosing to answer these things too much or too directly, I could just get grab 0 to death or upbeat. I mean, is that really worth it? I don't have to choose to answer every single thing that the Luigi's doing, if I'm not in a good position to punish something, maybe just get out of there. You know, I don't have to overthink things. I don't have to overanalyze and oversolve every single thing, and it puts less expectation on me to be perfect. I can just choose what I want to react to, play like a rhythm game, just get my punishes, and I've just found a lot better consistency, I guess, in my Wario after I started doing that. So we'll just see how that goes with today's tournament, and yeah, hopefully I get top 8. We'll just see. See ya.
Let it go. Right. Can you fight Brandy? Brandy.
I was down there. That was fun. You have to like flip
Brandy. Alright, I'm gonna play my set. I'm running some stuff. Just pick maybe this one on stream next time.
little bit of a quicker bracket tonight, and that's all right. I had two kind of tough matchups. I was kind of seeded exactly to get 17th, so really had to make two big upsets, I think, to sort of get my way out. And at the end of the day, I actually did really get to practice the things I was talking about in the car talk to the venue. For the specific matchups, Bayonetta and Luigi, very tough for Wario. I'm notorious for losing to both of them in bracket. They're kind of my bracket enders in a sense. But I'm not taking it personally. I'm not going in with the mindset of like I have to win. I'm going in with the mindset of I want to improve. I want to learn. I want to unlearn some habits that I have. I'm not clinging to the results that I got, because actually the last two brackets I've gone 3 and 2. I've actually had better brackets. So karma wise, kind of due for an 0-2. It is what it is. I don't take it as personally as when I first started playing Smash. Like I think you play Smash long enough, you have a bit of an ego death. You just don't overthink it. You don't start believing you're a failure. And I've learned to sort of take things one step at a time. You know, we'll see how it goes until we know what the future holds. So yeah, let's get into the bracket breakdown. So my first opponent was Ruaan on stream, and last week I didn't end up recording a car talk because I was a bit sick. I had like a cold. It wasn't too serious, and I was better by the time I actually got to the venue, but I still wore a mask as a precaution, and my voice was a bit down, so I wasn't convinced about making a car talk. I was just like, I'm just gonna go. You know, I'm just gonna go and just see what happens. I don't have to record a car talk every time I go. Anyway, so I just went, and at the time of last week, I'd versed Bayonetta 16 times. Well, it would be my 16th time versing Bayonetta, which is kind of my lucky number. I'm born May 16th. So I was just like, well, I didn't know it was my lucky number at the time, but I managed to actually beat a Bayonetta for the first time. Kind of a bracket demon for a while. And it's such a relief to finally push past that barrier of like finally making one win. But I didn't just get in my head that like, okay, well now I'm just going to win every time versus the Bayonetta. It's still going to be tricky. It's still going to be hard. And in those 16 games before today, I had games where I went 1 and 2. I was close, but I just didn't clutch out in the end. And that kind of happened today as well. I was on stream for my winners round 1. And game 1 was really close, actually. I wasn't too unhappy with how I was playing it, where, at least when I'm playing Wario, it's very hard to sort of find your spots. You can't really force an approach. If you try to just jump in, sure hop in, you're going to get ABK'd. So you have to be really smart with your approaches. One of the openings is if they do lots of specials, you can try punish the window when they land. That's a nice thing I try punish. And the other thing you can try punish is like sort of like their panic options. So when are they trying to witch time or counter and things like that? Or I don't know. It is kind of a hard matchup. You got to like really make your openings count, and your combos have to be on because they've got a frame 1 air dodge. And they can really rack up your percent as well. I mean, they just get like an up B and they're like guaranteed about 50-60% at low percents. But the thing that sort of evens up the matchup, in my opinion, is they can sort of struggle to kill. So when I'm playing catch up, it's not the worst. Like if I'm avoiding most of their big kill moves like jab, forward throw, down air, up tilt back air, just back air raw, like it's not the worst. So yeah, I did a really good job in game 1 of like holding my stocks. We got to last stock and I was at 190%, and I think I I did waft them game 1. Can't remember if I hit the waft or not. You'll find out in the video before this. And yeah, I found this Nair one too, which at the rage I was at, I thought, and given how light Bayo is, I thought maybe this could be a chance. I could just Nair 1-2, go for like a half waft and see what happens. But because bike was on the ground, it actually kind of messed up my timing a little bit of my combo. I went to do Nair 1-2, jump, do the half waft, but I Nair 2 the waft. So it kind of like put me in hit stun for a second. And then I just jump wafted, but because I'd done that hit stun, I hadn't like cleared the bike enough when I did the jump, and I wafted the bike. So I just didn't make it up there in time, and I just didn't manage to clutch out. And yeah, it was kind of tough. I didn't take it too much to heart, but I knew it was going to be really hard to make a comeback, and unfortunately I just didn't win game 2 either. So it is what it is, and I feel like I learned a lot. Like, I was being really smart with the selections of when I was going in, even if I was a little bit confused about when to go in as well. Like, I didn't really know how to make the most of each opening, and I feel like that's sort of what I want to watch Gluttony and study a bit more. Is like, I'm sort of getting openings, but they're not as good as they could be. Like, they're just like maybe a fair in the air, like a full hop fair to sort of catch them before they do something. But I'm not really netting anything off it. I'm just sort of maybe I'm getting a bit of stage control. Maybe I'm creating a situation where maybe I can get a bit more. But I just want to see how to rack up percent. And the other thing I really want to watch Gluttony for is how he's killing, because I feel like that's really holding me back. And when I talk about the next game, is sort of similar as well. I'm just struggling to kill. And especially against heavies as well, I'm not killing. I'm like really trying to get back air, but I'm just sort of hoping the back air hits. I'm not getting edge guard kills. I'm not getting checkmate situations. I can get down to dash attack, and maybe I get a couple up smashes, but I just need to study a bit more on like how to get or theory craft, like how to get better punishes, how to kill. That's the best punish, of course. Okay. So let's go on to the next set, which was against Jafar. Jafar's Luigi. So again, another tough matchup for Wario. So not the best. I don't think it's GG's. At the top level is probably pretty cooked, like -3 or -2. But in our local scene, like, Jafar's not a perfect player. He's not Luigi. So I feel like I can really still make stuff happen in that matchup, and I'm not convinced that it's over. Anyway, game 1, it ended so fast. It was like a minute 40. I didn't even get full waft. It ended so fast, and it wasn't like I got 3-stocked or I was getting 0 to death as much, but like, I think I just was playing a little bit too risky. Like, I was just trying to make stuff happen too much every interaction. Whereas the goal should be trying to have as many interactions as possible. Like, to try be tough to kill, not let them get their combo shenanigans, and try and make something happen off stage against the edge guards, or get 2 wafts in that matchup, for example. Anyway, I wasn't too unhappy with how I played. I ended up losing game 1 really fast, and I made the adaptation in my head to just not select a sort of committal option as much. I had a video, I can't remember the exact number, but it's called Matchup Metaphors, where I talk about Luigi. And I make the metaphor of Luigi as kind of like a black hole, where if your path like sort of crosses over this event horizon too much, you just can't really get out easy. Like, you're going to get hit by all his quick aerials, or his up smash, or his up B, Cyclone. There's just so many good options in the radius around Luigi that you kind of just don't want your path to just go straight in there. Like, if I'm just trying to fair, I'm trying to short hop in and fair, and I end up right on top of him, I think that's a shit way to go. You're like asking for trouble. So most of the time, my paths would just be where he's going to be, where he might retreat, and I wasn't trying, like, I was trying to interact. I can't really camp, truly. I mean, I sort of can, actually, because Luigi's a little slow, but I can't, like, truly camp in the corner, like, use projectiles and stuff. But I was really happy with how I played game 2. I got an early stock. I think it was I got like a fair at the ledge. Got his roll with a fair. F-tilt at the ledge. And I really held on to that stock for ages. Like, he wasn't getting the up smashes because I wasn't landing on top of him. Like I said, I was being really careful with my paths. And yeah, I'm just really happy with how I played that game too. I didn't really get many edge guards, but just the mindset of how I was slowing it down, choosing how I was interacting. Like, I get to answer what I want. I don't have to answer every single thing the opponent's doing. And I think that gave me a lot of independence to sort of just like, well, you don't have to beat all the stuff. So if Luigi's in the corner, you don't have to get in there and make something happen. Like, he wants you to come in. Just hold that roll spot, hold that jump spot. Luigi's got bad drift as well, so he can't really jump over you anyway. Careful of that dash attack, those sort of things. And yeah, I was really happy with how I was playing that. Kind of smart, I believe. But then game 3, it was like the opposite kind of game 2. He had a super high percent, like 130. I just wasn't finding the kill. He killed me on my second stock. I still wasn't finding the kill. And I got up to like 80% stock 3, and I was just like, I'm just going to use this waft here. He's not ready for it. He like came off the edge guard me, and I just like did the head hit box to kill him, which I thought was kind of funny. So didn't get 3 stocked. Almost made like a cheeky cheese kill where I like got a nair 1-2, and then I like beer reversed the chomp. So maybe I could have got something off stage to send him down. I wasn't too sure. So I just gave it a go, and it was still kind of GG's in the end. But yeah, I just tried. Anyway, thanks for staying tuned, everyone. I will see you next Monday. I think I've got a monthly on Sunday, so I'll be attending that, and we'll just see how it goes. All right, gotcha.